Good evening. You are welcome to the Real Estate Market, a show dedicated to bringing you every information you need on the real estate market. Talk about pricing, talk about best practices, talk about how to acquire your dream home, land, and every information, construction, every information you need to know about the sector. My name is Efukwasi Senyo. I'm your host. Today is the first edition. When we return, we will delve into the topic for today. Yes, you are welcome. First edition. When we return, we will delve into the topic for today. Yes, you are welcome back to the real estate market. Like I told you earlier, this is a show that will give you every information you need about the real estate market in Ghana and globally. The show is proudly brought to you by Senko Global Developers Limited, real estate developers, which has houses they are selling in Dawina called Senko Home Dawina, and then Senko Home Amrahia. They also have Senko City at Winneba. You can contact them on. Today, the topic we are looking at is what to do if you want to build your dream home. This is a question that many of you have been asking, and indeed anyone who would like to acquire or build its first dream home, this is the question the person that lingers in the person's mind, that what do I do if I want to build my dream home? Now I'm going to take you through the steps and things you need to look out for if you want to build your dream home. Now, to start with, let's first go to land acquisition. Everybody knows that before you actually build your dream home, you need to acquire a land. I would dedicate a separate edition for the processes you will have to pass through to be able to acquire a land here in Ghana. But for today's sake, let's just have a little discussion on land acquisition. So if you want to build your dream home, the first thing you need to consider is the land. Build your dream home. And apart from the land, you need to consider location. Location is very, very important when you want to build a dream home. Why is location important? Because, for example, if you are a resident in Accra here and you would like to build your dream home, and for example, you are coming from your hometown or your main business activities is centered maybe around Adenta or around Tema or around Hacho or Westland, some of the things you need to consider before you even buy the land or lease the land is the location. So if someone like me, maybe I'm coming from the Volta region and my hometown maybe is close to Adenta or Dodowa or Shai Hills or Tema. If I want to build my dream home here in Accra, I would have to consider siting my dream home somewhere close to where I normally fly to, maybe my hometown or my workplace. So the location is very important. And also, if you are considering the location, taking into consideration where you want to site your dream house, you must also look at the amenities in the area, we talk about the road, we talk about the layout of the area. Layout of the area actually tells you where clear roads pass, so that you will not buy a land, build your house, then tomorrow the district assembly will come and tell you that you've built your house in a road and that particular house needs to be demolished. So you need to, wherever you want to site your dream home, you need to take into consideration the layout of the area. You need to ask the people or the people who are selling the land to you that, please, with the location of this land, where do I pass to enter my land? Or if I finish building, where would my car pass to enter my house? So they should be able to show you the clear road. If there are no clear road that actually leads to your land, then that is the first red flag. Because you cannot imagine you building your dream home, a very classic house somewhere, and you have to park your car on the road and walk to the house. When sometime also parking the car on the road and walking to the house, by the time you come, your car may not be safe. So you should be very, very informed about the layout of the area. Now, once you are satisfied with the clear roads and the layout, then you go ahead and acquire your land. But the processes you will pass through to acquire the land, we would look at that in our next episode. But once you have purchased your land and every documentation, that is your indenture, is given you, then you are now good to go and you are set to starting your dream home. Now, there is a difference between building your dream home and then buying your dream home. For today, we are looking at how to build your dream home. Now that you have finished buying the land or leasing the land, what is the next thing you should do? The next thing you should do is that which type of house do I want to build? Is it a story building or is a normal non-story building? You need to also look at how many bedroom houses do I have to build. You look at your family size. What is your family size? And then what is the potential increase or whatsoever of your family size? Some of these things would inform you as to the number of bedroom house you would actually build. Now, when you are also considering the number of bedroom house you should build, you should also be considerate about your income level, because the larger the house, the more money you spend on building it. So you must also first look at your income level. Now, apart from looking at your income level, which is when you are very active in active service, maybe active employment, you should also look at after retirement, when you are old, will you be able to take care of that house? Can you be able to maintain that house? You will need to look at the cost implication when you want to build a house. That is what is going to determine the number of bedrooms you want to acquire vis-a-vis the size of your family. Now, you also need to look at when you grow and become, maybe after retirement, will you be able to take care of the house? Will you be able to maintain the house? You need to take all these into consideration before you decide the type of house you want to build. You get a situation on the market where people, when they are in active service, they are earning very good income. They put up a very large houses, maybe like 5-bedroom house, 7-bedroom house, 8-bedroom house. Now, after their retirement, they realize that their children get married and their children leave them to their own houses, and the big house is left with you alone. And at the end of the day, even cleaning the house become a problem. So you have to think about all these things before you know the number of bedrooms you should put up. Now, after that you have decided, maybe you have taken all these things into consideration, and probably you've decided to build maybe 4-bedroom house for yourself. Then the next thing you have to talk about or think about is that 4-bedroom house, should it be a story building or a single story or 1 story? When we talk about single story, is the normal house which is not a story, but one story is the house with another one at the top. So you consider that. Now you need to also know that building a story building is more expensive than building a non-story building. I'll put it that way, non-story building. So when you consider these two things, then you know where you should, which type you should go for. Also, you must also be informed that the size of your land, maybe the size of your land also informs you whether you should go for a story building or you should go for a non-story building vis-a-vis the number of bedroom houses you want to build. So once you are certain with this, the next most important thing you need to do is to get a building plan, which is the architectural drawing. Now, this building plan actually is a document that is produced to you by an architect, which is a professionally trained person that actually designed the building for you. Now, the architect designs the building for you to show you on paper how your building will look like when it's completed. Now, in the architectural drawing, some of the features you need to see is the outlook of the house when it's built, the shape, the style when it's built, and then also the sizes of the rooms, the sizes of every single room. Then the features of the room. The features of the room may be bathrooms, kitchen, dining area, living area, balcony, kitchen store, visitors washroom. All these things are features you need to see. Now, the next most important thing in the architectural drawing, the features you need to look out for is what is called MEP, meaning mechanical, electronic, and plumbing plan. This particular MEP drawing actually tells whosoever is coming to build a house for you where all the plumbing pipes will pass, where the electrical wires will pass, where the switches will be, where fan will be, where air conditioner will be, where maybe a switch to a CCTV camera, everything. So that also is included in the architectural drawing. Now, if you are building a story building, maybe a story building, then you are going to also look out for what is called a structural drawing. The structural drawing is actually also the same document that tells you about the various beams. When we talk about beams, that the pillars, when you are building, the pillars that are in the building that takes the load, the concrete floors and all that, these are what we call the structural drawing. But if you are building just a normal house that is not a story building, you don't need structural drawing. Now, someone will say that, I want to just build a 3-bedroom house or 4-bedroom house. Why do I need to go and procure the services of architects to do a drawing for me, when indeed I can get a mason that can build a house for me? It is very, very important for you to procure the services of a professional architect or a draftsman to do the drawing for you, because this is what is going to help you to know, one, the sizes of your rooms, and two, it will also help you to know how, the land size, what type of the sizes of your room that would actually fit your land, that you will also be able to have enough space to park, or you have some space for children to be playing and all that. So the drawing actually helps you to properly plan your house, your dream house. Now, the same drawing is also the one that is used by what is called a quantity surveyor to determine the cost that you would incur in building that particular house. Indeed, if you have not done a drawing, you would basically have to be assuming the cost that you will go into completing your house. But once you get the drawing done, When a quantity surveyor takes that drawing, that document, the quantity surveyor will be able to give you the estimate you need to complete the house from start to finish. Now, one very important thing that the drawing, the architectural drawing, is used for is to help you acquire permits from the district assembly or from the local government or from the state authorities that supervise a construction of either residential or commercial facility in the district. So without architectural drawing or without the building plan, it will be very difficult or not, if not impossible, for you to get a building permit, because whatsoever the authorities, the district engineers or the district physical planning officers are going to be based on to approve, to give you the approval, the go ahead to do your building, is actually going to be based on the drawing. Now, one very important thing that is why you must go for permit is that when you are going for permits, the district assembly will check for you to see if where you are building is actually in a road, that is number one, or the soil type that is there where you want to build. Can that soil type actually accommodate the type of building you want to put there? Now, it will also help the district assembly to inform you as to whether the area you want to site your building, whether it's close to an area that is a commercial or industrial area, which is demarcated maybe for solely for industrial purposes and all that. So going for architectural drawing is as very, very important as building the house itself. Now, one benefit of you getting a drawing before you go to build the house is that it will help you actually to know where everything in the house will be positioned. And it will help you also to know whether your dream house, whatever features that are in the house, it meets your taste and preference. So that it wouldn't be the case that you finish building the house, roofing it, before you later realize that, these rooms are too small for my liking, or the kitchen is too small, or the dining hall is too big. But when you have the drawing, because the drawing takes to a process where the architect engage you, even do a first draft, bring it to you, let you know the size of everything, it will help you to actually confirm your taste and preference as to how you want your dream home to look like. So I would like to advise each and every one of you who wants to go into building their dream home to do everything possible to make sure that they get architecture drawing or building plan drawing. Do not say that maybe building plan drawing for a 4-bedroom house, the architect wants to charge you 7,000, and for that matter, the drawing is too expensive and you don't want to go and do the drawing. When that 7,000, you can give it to a mason and you can even buy maybe 1,000 blocks. And no, do not even say that. The more you plan well for your house, the more better your building will be after completion. It is better to plan your house and build it once and for all, rather than rushing without any proper planning, and then you go into it and realize that, number one, you don't know the cost. Number two, the taste and preference that you have for your dream home is not actually what is factored into the project you are doing. Now, like I said, this show, the real estate market, is live on Awake TV and also on Real Estate Mat. And let's go, and it's brought to you by Senco Global Developers Limited. Now, what is quantity surveying in a real estate market or in construction? Once you have gotten your drawing, the next thing you have to do is not to go and start building, the next thing you have to do is to get a quantity surveyor who is also a professional to give you your bill or your estimate or a bill of quantity. For bill, there is a slight difference between bill of quantity there's a slight difference between bill of quantity and estimate. Let me give you a little explanation. The difference. With bill of quantity, the quantity surveyor actually calculates everything that you would need to be able to do a work in square meter area. For example, if the quantity surveyor is giving you a cost that has to do with maybe construction of 12 feet by 12 feet room, and you want him to prepare you a bill of quantity, the cost that is going to give you, the unit cost, will be based on both the labor, the material that you need to be able to complete maybe a particular square meter. So it's calculated in square meters. So you will normally see that you won't in bill of quantity, you won't see that we need cement, maybe 10 bags, block 15 bags, this 15 bags. Everything is put together and is giving you per unit, per square area. Then the figure is put there. But with the estimate, the quantity surveyor gives you the number of blocks you need, the number of sand you need, the number of stone you need, iron rods you need, the labor is going to separate them for you like that. But with the bill of quantities, that one, the quantity surveyor combines everything and put it as in what will be the labor cost, iron rod, cement, stone, water, to be able to produce a work in maybe per square area. So that is the difference between bill of quantity and then estimate. Which one that you want, at the end of the day, they are all the same. But just that the bill of quantity is more for the experts to be able to easily read. But for the estimate, as a layman, you can even easily read to know that, okay, I need 1,000 blocks to be able to complete this building. Okay, so you need the bill of quantity or the estimate. In fact, that is going to tell you how much you need to complete the house from start to finish. Normally, clients ask for estimate. When you give them the estimate or the bill of quantity, they shout and say that, hey, the money is too big. No, whosoever that is preparing that bill for you is only telling you that this is the estimated figure you need to look at if you want to build a house from start to finish. Now, you can decide to tell the quantity surveyor that after you prepare that bill, please break it down in stages for me, so that, for example, if I have 50,000, what 50,000 can do. If I have 100,000, so that the bill of quantity is break for you in stages. So you need to go for the bill of quantity. Then it will help you to plan, to look at your revenue vis-a-vis the cost of the project. Then you know the pace as which you want to go. Don't just after the drawing, then quickly you rush to go and start doing the building. No, you need to know the cost so that you will be able to prepare enough for it. Then once your land is ready, your architecture drawing is ready, and then your bill of quantity, meaning the estimate, is ready, and you have assessed yourself and known that, okay, this project, I'm ready to go in. The next thing you do is to go to the district assembly and apply for permit. If you do not have time to do that, the contractor you award the contract to can actually go to the district assembly to apply for you. Do not also think that it is not necessary to go and apply for building permit. So for that matter, the moment you get the money and have the drawing, you go to the site to start the building. The district assembly, if they get to know, in fact, they have task force on the ground 24/7. They will come and even write stop work, produce permit on your building. And if you don't produce the relevant permit, they are going to even stop the work for you and ensure that you go to the assembly to apply for permit. In applying for permit, it's not anything very cumbersome. You can even do it within 1 hour, within 30 minutes. All you need to do is that you take 4 copies of your architectural drawing to the physical planning department of the district in which your project falls. Once you take it there, they are going to look at the drawing and look at the sizes of your room, look at the way they will look at it. If all the drawing meets the standard requirement, they will go ahead and do valuation of the project, meaning the type of house you are building vis-a-vis their scale of fees that you need to pay. Once you are able to pay that money, they will give you a form to fill. You fill the form, you pay. Then the next thing they do is that they will come to the field to supervise, to look at where you want to actually site the building. Once everything is okay with them and you've paid, they will give you the go ahead to start your building. Once your land is ready, your architecture drawing is ready, your quantity is ready, and then your permit. And also the permit, in applying for permit, you will also be required, based on the district assembly, you'll be required to submit your indenture or your site plan before they do the approval for you. Once these 4 things are ready, you are actually ready to start building your dream home. Now that these documents are ready, or these 4 stages are ready, the next thing is to award the contract to an experienced contractor and construction work begins. Now, we have come to the end of the first edition of the real estate market. If you have any question or want more information, you can drop your questions in the comment section. We will come and read, and it will inform us to answer them in our next episode. My name is Efu Kosisenyo. I'm your host. Goodbye.
Kitchens with feathead cabinets, spacious living and dining areas, spacious car park. Happy New Year! It is the perfect time to move into a new home. At Senko Home Dawenya, we have designed and crafted homes with your taste, preference, and budget in mind for a limited time. Take advantage of up to 20% off discounts on our off-plan deals for 3 to 4 bedroom houses in our gated community, conveniently located near the Aflaho Highway. Each house, whether single or 1-story, all room en suite with feathead wardrobe, kitchens with feathead cabinets, spacious living and dining areas, spacious car park with gardens. As a resident of Senko Homes, You will enjoy 24-hour security, swimming pool, children's playground, shopping area, gym and spa, riverside garden, paved roads with green landscaping, offering total luxury. Don't miss this opportunity. Book now and make a reservation. Call us on 053-909-9533 or visit our website on www.sh.sencodevelopers.com.